Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here. In today's video, I'll be giving you guys a major injury update on Jayden Daniels. Everything you need to know. I'll be going over what Dan Quinn had to say about the injury just now at the 3:30 press conference. Some, doctors, and then also just some reporters, what they have to say, what their sources are saying. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. It really does help out a ton. And we're close to 14K subscribers. Go ahead and do it. It's free. It means a ton to me. So let's get right into it. So obviously the big story of the day yesterday was, the injury, and it is Victory Monday. So, let's be happy. But obviously what we're concerned with is the injury with Jayden Daniels. But at this point, we know he avoided anything major. The x-rays didn't show anything was fractured, which is very, very good. And still though, rib injuries, you can play through rib injuries a lot of the time. It's more of a pain tolerance thing. And they took him out and they didn't bring him back in because they didn't need him to play. They were winning the game, and also, it is a very painful injury and a week could help. So it didn't really make sense to put him back in the game. Even if it was a closer game, they wouldn't have put him back in. But yeah, after the game, he was hugging Bryce Young and Josh Harris. Was putting his hands up in the air, and for both of them, his hands and arms up in the air. So if it was really bad, he wouldn't be able to do that with a rib injury. Here's some examples of guys. Fractured ribs. Tua in 2021 missed three games. Herbert torn rib cartilage in 2022, 0 games missed. And Derek Carr fractured ribs, 0 games missed. So at most, I'm thinking he misses 1 game this week against the Bears. Maybe the week after that. The most likely scenario, I think, is either he plays this week or he comes back the next week after that, which I believe is against the New York Giants. So Jordan Schultz says, Commander rookie quarterback sensation Jayden Daniels is undergoing tests today to determine the severity of his rib injury. Initial tests on Sunday showed no fractures, but further tests today and possibly in the coming days will provide more clarity. So that's just some, information there. And again, I showed you guys what Keim had to say. He said if it was anything serious, he wouldn't be doing that. He probably wouldn't have gone back on the sideline. Dan Quinn, he talked today to the press, and he said that Jayden Daniels is week to week, and he said they're hopeful he can play Sunday, but will be smart about his return. And yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, week to week just basically means, could miss this, it is obvious what it means, but I'm just explaining it. He could miss this week or could be back the week after that. Could play this week or could be back the week after that. It really just depends on how he's healing. It is going to be painful. He's not going to be 100% next week against the Bears if he does play. And even after that, he probably won't be. So I think they're going to be cautious with Jayden Daniels. He's their number 2 overall pick. They're 5-2. They can afford to lose a game. Obviously, you don't want to, but they can afford to lose a game because of their strong start. And, also Marcus Mariota looked pretty good against the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, the Bears are a different story, but, you can still possibly win that game and, give Jayden Daniels a little bit more time to rest. So let's see. Quinn on Jayden Daniels, not something that will knock him out long term, which is good. That's really all we want to hear. And again, he could, just because he misses this week doesn't mean the Commanders are going to lose this game. Marcus Mariota can go in there and win a game or two, but because of their record, they don't need. Not every game is a win now, or must-win game. They can wait a little bit for Jayden Daniels to get back, and I think that's the best thing to do. So if he's good and not much pain, then that's fine. Go ahead and play him, but there's going to be a decent amount of pain for at least a couple weeks, I would say. Some other news. I'll get back into the Jayden Daniels thing in a second. The Ravens fan that had the fight after the game, he turned himself in, so that's good, I guess. Some other stuff. This is from a doctor, Twitter doctor. So he's a real doctor, but just got to take everything with a grain of salt. You see his credentials right there. He says Reportedly did not suffer a rib fracture. This is likely a rib cartilage injury, which I alluded to here, which he has a YouTube video link to it if you want to watch it. Just go on his Twitter or his YouTube, you'll find it. These can be painful as nerves run in this area, and they're responsible for so many things. Usually take 1 to 2 weeks to return to play, so week 8 against the Bears is a realistic possibility, and if not, definitely week 9 against the Giants. So there you go, kind of what I said, and I think that, again, they're going to be cautious. It's not just going to be a Jayden Daniels decision. It's going to be and when I say Jayden Daniels decision, I mean Jayden Daniels making the decision on him playing or not. It's going to be a bunch of people. It's going to be obviously the medical staff. It's going to be Dan Quinn. It's going to be Adam Peters, maybe Cliff Kingsbury in there as well. I mean, Josh Harris obviously he's not going to be making the decision. It's just not going to happen, but he's going to be asking these questions like, how's the injury? He's going to be pushing them a little bit, see how it is. I'm sure of it. He's at least going to be asking questions on the injury, and he should be. I mean, that's a big investment that he's made. So, I think that's something to watch out for sure. Just not to watch out for, but just to keep in mind is that a lot of different people will be making this decision. It's not just Jayden Daniels. I know some people are scarred from the past with RG3 and stuff, but just something to keep in mind there. What's his name? Not what's his name. I guess Jayden Daniels' mom, she yesterday during the game said he's fine, so that was good to hear, giving the Commanders fans some assurance there, reassurance, and making them feel good. So yeah, overall, it's not a big deal. It was a little bit of a scare. It sucks because it was actually on that play, because I believe it was the longer rush that he had. On that play, he did kind of slide, and that's how he kind of got hurt. He kind of did it awkwardly because he went down. It was a long run, and he went down, and while he went down, a defender hit him, from behind, pause. So that made it harder for him, and he also got hit, or he hit the turf, or I guess not the turf, the grass very hard, so that made it, I don't know if that's what caused the injury, but it is what it is. Some other news, Brandon Coleman's in the concussion protocol. He had a concussion. I didn't talk about that in the video yesterday, so that does suck, but hopefully he's good to go for next week. But Lucas has been stepping in there, has been playing really well. And shout out to the offensive line. They've been good. Cosme, Nick Allegretti, Tyler Biotish, what a dog in the run game and in the pass blocking game. And then Andrew Wiley, got to give him his flowers. He, last year, a lot of people were hating on him, myself included, for his performance. And he stepped up this year. He's had a very good season. So I want to give him his props. I think he's one of 4 guys in the NFL that haven't, with a certain amount of snaps, minimum snaps played. I'll put my tweet up, plug, go ahead and follow my Twitter. But he has 174 pass blocking snaps without allowing a sack this year. Only 3 players have more pass blocking snaps without allowing a sack. So very good season so far by Andrew Wiley. Got to shout him out. Mike Sanderson also had a good game. Dante Fowler. A bunch of guys played really well last week and this whole season. So that's it for today's video. We'll have a video on the Zadarius Smith rumors later today, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, this Jayden Daniels situation is going to be very fluid. We'll see what happens day by day. I would be surprised if they practice him at all on Wednesday. At most, I'm thinking limited, and maybe, I just don't think they're going to, have him practice much. You don't want to re-aggravate that stuff. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you stayed till the end, go ahead and comment down below Andrew Wiley, who's had a great season and deserves, props. Peace.